I'm Bobby and I grew up on my family's farm. I moved to the big city, let adventure take me far. It's Hobbies with Bobby, yeah! This is Hobbies with Bobby.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining me this week. I decided to try a new hobby, but I doubt it's going to turn out good. So my brother, he's been really into ceramics. Ceramics is making pottery where you mold the clay into a plate, a statue, a candle holder, anything really. Today, I'm trying to make a reusable hot chocolate mug. Does this look like a cup to you?
Hey B, how's it going?
Look.
Actually, you're exactly where you need to be.
What? How could you say that? I could never drink hot chocolate from this.
This is part of the process. Just trust me.
But it doesn't look like what I hoped it to be. I had expectations of what this was going to be.
I get it. I felt the same way. But wait until you see what happens when your mug goes through the whole process. You started with a shape, but now it's time to put it into a kiln. A kiln is a special oven that fires the clay really hot and makes it shrink down and become solid. The fire and heat make the pottery sturdy.
Fine. You take it. I'll believe it when I see it.
You sound just like a Bible character named Thomas. I think it would be good for you to hear his story while I go finish up this cup.
Okay.
It's Bible time, time for the Bible, yeah! It's Bible time with Bobby.
Okay. The story my brother wants us to read today comes from the book of John. We can discover it together. The story picks up after Jesus has been killed on the cross. They poked holes in his hands and side as he died. Then he came back from the dead. Not all his friends have seen him yet, so they didn't all believe it was true. They were hiding in fear of religious riots when all of a sudden, Jesus was with them. He said, "Peace be with you." After he said this, he showed them his hands and side. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Could you imagine how happy they were? Think for a second. What is the happiest you've ever been? Right, and if then, multiply that happy feeling by 1,000. A friend they thought was dead was alive, and they saw him. But the story continues, because not everyone there was at the party. Now Thomas, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into the side, I will not believe." A week later, the disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood by them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your fingers here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it in my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." Wow, what a story. I understand what Thomas was feeling. His friends were telling him a pretty wild story, and he wanted to see it for himself.
So, what did you learn from the story about Thomas?
Well, Thomas doubted that Jesus had come back from the dead, so Jesus came back to help him believe.
That's exactly right. We can trust our friends and God and Jesus and your brother when he teaches you about making pottery.
It worked?
Well, it is okay to doubt sometimes and have some questions. But remember when you said you wouldn't believe it until you saw it?
Oh my goodness! That clay turned into this amazing mug?
Just like I said, I fired it and glazed it, and this is how they turn out. Making pottery is a great hobby, Bobby.
That last thing Jesus says in the Bible story, that it has me thinking. I think I'm like two different characters in that one story. Just like Thomas, I doubted what the people close to me were telling me, even though it turned out to be true. I believe now because I actually saw the cup turn into something beautiful. But then Jesus says that the people in the future that believe even though they don't see him with their own eyes will be blessed. Well, that's me and you. It's not like we saw Jesus himself show up or anything, but we know it's true because Jesus helps us believe.
Do you believe that we can make a spaceship that can fly out of this?
Oh, Peter, I hope we can try a new hobby next week. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. And remember, Jesus helps me believe.
This is Hobbies with Bobby.